Welcome to the deep dive. Ever get that feeling, like you're navigating life, but someone else has a hand, maybe just subtly, on your steering wheel?
Oh, definitely. It could be anything, right? Social media, what your friends think, even those little voices inside your own head.
Exactly. We're constantly getting nudged, maybe even pushed around without really clocking it.
It's like these signals, external and internal, they kind of shape how we see things before we even consciously think about it. We end up seeing the world, well, not as it is, maybe, but how others want us to.
That is spot on, and it's exactly what we're diving into today. How do we, actively see for what it truly is instead of how someone else wants us to see it?
Mhm.
Our guide for this is a really insightful piece from Market Knowledge is King. It's called Don't Be Steered. See for what it is. Some really profound stuff in there.
Yeah, it is. And our mission today essentially is to unpack why it's so critical to sort of embrace your own perspective. It's not just nice, it's vital. And then we'll look at some practical ways you can actually do that, how to get that clarity.
Okay, so if we're always being steered, the huge question is, how do we actually do it? How do we cut through all that noise and trust our own eyes?
It's
It's
tricky.
amazing how easily it happens, isn't it? Without us even noticing sometimes. We think we're making our own calls, forming our own views, but maybe we're not really.
Well, it's a fundamental skill, I think.
Mm.
Nailing this, seeing things clearly, it's the absolute foundation for critical thinking.
Uh-huh.
And for personal agency, your ability to act independently, make choices that are actually yours. It lets you navigate the world on your own terms, really.
That leads us perfectly to the core idea Mark hits on. Don't let others' perceptions dictate your reality. I mean, that really landed with me.
It's powerful.
It's about choosing intentionally to see through your lens. Stick to your vision. Trust your eyes,
Yeah.
not someone else's.
And the key word there is authenticity, isn't it? Mark basically says authenticity lies in seeing things as they truly are, not as others want you to. It's about keeping that personal filter clear, not letting other views just cloud things up.
It sounds simple when you say it like that, but
Yeah.
why is it actually so crucial to really see for what it is? One thing that jumps out is forming your own opinions, right? Your own beliefs.
Absolutely. If you're just constantly steered, you can end up just sort of absorbing other people's viewpoints without really thinking them through for yourself.
Yeah, you just adopt them.
And that's a big risk. Mark calls it a lack of critical thinking and blind acceptance of ideas. You might take on ideas that don't even really fit with your own values deep down.
Hmm. Like confirmation bias kicking in, too.
Exactly. You look for stuff that confirms what you already think or what you've been told to think. Seeing clearly lets you build your own perspectives based on your actual experiences, your understanding, not just inherited stuff.
Okay, and that obviously connects to making decisions. If you're being steered, you often don't have the full picture, do you?
Not at all. You might get just one side or maybe a really skewed version of things, echo chambers, bias news.
Right.
So taking that time, that effort to see for what it is means you can gather all the info you need, make decisions based on, well, reality, not just someone's spin on it. It's about getting the whole story.
And then there's that huge modern challenge, the comparison trap. Oh, man.
It's everywhere.
Especially with social media, just constantly showing the highlight reels, as Mark puts it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to fall into comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's curated perfection.
Yeah, and that's precisely why seeing clearly is like a defense mechanism. Mark nails it when he says social media only shows a curated version of reality. It's designed that way, often playing on social proof.
Makes sense.
So if you can consciously see past that facade, understand it's constructed, you realize, okay, everyone's got struggles, everyone has imperfections, they're just maybe not posting those.
And knowing that, really knowing that, is so freeing. It lets you appreciate your own path, your own journey, and not get pulled off course by these fake narratives online.
It's a massive internal shift, reclaiming your own story.
Totally. Okay, so the big how do we actually start doing this? Start seeing for what it truly is. Mark's first bit of advice is key. Question everything.
Don't just accept things.
Yeah, resist that urge to just nod along, especially if it feels, I don't know, a bit too neat or popular.
So you actually pause and ask, like Mark suggests, why do I believe this? Where did this info really come from? What's the potential angle here?
Right. It's that active digging, challenging your first reaction that gets you closer to the actual truth. Helps you form opinions that are genuinely yours and probably stronger for it.
And second, pay attention to your own thoughts and feelings. Be mindful. If you feel that pressure or anxiety maybe to just go along with the crowd.
Or that slightly uncomfortable feeling, like something doesn't quite add up.
Yeah, cognitive dissonance, that's a huge signal you might be getting steered. Your emotions are telling you something important there.
That's a really good point. Being aware of those feelings lets you step back and ask, okay, is this me feeling this? Or is it coming from outside? It's like checking your internal compass.
Spot on. And crucially, make it a rule. Gather information from different places, multiple sources. Don't just rely on one perspective.
Especially now, right? With algorithms feeding us what they think we want.
Precisely. It's so easy to end up in an information bubble.
So actively seek out different viewpoints, even ones you might initially disagree with.
Yes. Do the research, understand the different angles. It helps you build a much richer, more robust picture of what's going on rather than just seeing through one narrow window.
Okay, that makes sense. Research, multiple sources. What else?
Lastly, and this one might feel a bit less concrete, but it's incredibly important. Learn to trust your intuition, your gut instincts.
Ah, that invoice.
Yeah, exactly. That little feeling that tells you something's off or maybe something feels really right. It's not magic. Often it's your subconscious processing tons of data and past experiences way faster than your conscious mind.
So it's flagging things, inconsistencies maybe, that you haven't quite put your finger on yet.
Pretty much. And tuning into that voice, listening to that gut feeling can really help you navigate things with, well, more clarity, more confidence. It's like your personal built-in BS detector.
I like that, your own BS detector. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Bringing this deep dive full circle, the core message from Mark, from Knowledge is King, seems really clear.
Yeah, don't let yourself get steered.
Right. Don't just see things how others want you to. Make the effort, take the time to see for what it truly is. And doing that, he argues, is actually really empowering, like taking back control.
Definitely. And the payoffs are huge, aren't they? You form beliefs that are genuinely yours. You make better, more informed decisions.
And you avoid that really damaging comparison trap.
It's just a fundamental skill for, personal growth, especially in the world we live in now.
Which leaves me with this final thought to chew on, something for you listening to consider. Mark talks about personal growth, taking control of your perceptions. But what does it really take to do this consistently? I mean, the world keeps finding new ways to steer us, right? Algorithms are getting smarter, there are deep fakes, sophisticated marketing. So what happens when seeing clearly isn't just something you do now and then, but it becomes a constant, steady habit?
Like your default setting.
Exactly. What new possibilities open up? What frontiers personally do you reach when you are truly, consistently the one steering your own ship no matter what?